Before we even get started on this video, thanks a lot on the last one, because that's the fastest growing video on my channel currently, and I'm hoping we can do the same with this one. And also, before we get started, if you haven't watched the last one, the link's gonna be appearing like right above. Make sure you go watch that one before you watch this one, because you'll be completely lost. Now, I'm gonna go over a quick recap, because it's been a week. Now, I'm not going to go over the start of it because you should have already watched the last one. Okay, first of all, we got the player to render on the screen and jump up and down. Then we got the pipes to go across the screen. And yeah, that's basically all that we did. In this video, we should be getting some way better stuff in. So let's get straight into it. To start, we're starting out just great with a ChatGPT prompt. And after definitely not stealing some code, I got collisions to work. So I got the collisions to work by taking the X position and the Y position of the player, then adding the player's width to the X position, and adding the player's height to the Y position, giving me a box around the bird. And if any of those numbers were the same as the X and Y position plus the width and height of a pipe, it would be detected as a collision. After I got collisions to work, I made it so when you collided with a pipe, the window would close. After 26 minutes of coding and bug fixing, I finally got the pipe textures to switch to look more Flappy Bird-like. It took me so long because I was stubborn and tried getting the pipes to work as one sprite with a top and bottom in the singular sprite, which took me forever because of the way that the collision was working, being a box around the entire sprite. So instead, I ended up giving up and just using two sprites with a top and bottom sprites. Next, I got the background to look like the Flappy Bird background, and made it move slightly slower, well, a lot slower, than the actual pipes, so that way it would move similarly to how it does in the actual game. After that, I sped up the background's speed for testing purposes, and then made the background reset once it reaches the edge. Then I asked ChatGPT for a command to get the sprite to rotate on the screen. After trying to implement it with gravity to make it rotate further as it fell, I did something wrong and made it point straight down. After trying a few things to fix it, I managed to get it to work correctly. Next, I searched the Pyglet libraries page and asked ChatGPT a couple things to figure out how to play sounds. Then I implemented a sound into my game. Then added another. Then I updated the rotation script to make it so that way the bird can't flip upside down. All I did to make the bird not flip upside down was make it so that way if the bird was rotated past a certain angle, it just resets to a degree above the angle. After fixing the bird's rotation, I went straight back to the Pyglet webpage to figure out how to implement text to the top of the screen so I can make a point system. After making a non-working point system, I went straight back and made that thing work.
the point system is basically just text on the screen that changes depending on how many points you have. So every time you gain a point, it changes from a 1 to a 2 or a 2 to a 3. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's what I was trying to make throughout this journey. So if you're interested in my content, please come back and watch some more videos. I have several ideas for videos to make, and hope you enjoy. Out.
Run.